Hell yeah. All right, baby. Just needed a driver update. A little bit of technical difficulties. But guess what? This is the 5-minute fix, baby. Let's go. All right. So first story we have for today, the Bahrain GP. What is it? The Gulf Air Grand Prix, I believe it's called. Was in Bahrain today. And it was not a good showing for Team Red Bull. Not to take anything away from Charles Leclerc, who ended up getting the W, pole position from qualifying, and he maintained it throughout the course of the race. Had a couple of spots where he was jostling back and forth with Max Verstappen, but I do think him jostling might have had something to do with how he finished the race, because both Red Bull cars retired before the end of the race. Max Verstappen on lap 54 and Sergio Perez on lap 57, the final lap. Rounding out the podium was Carlos Sainz, as well as Lewis Hamilton, who I believe started 7th, 8th, something like that. I don't know. I could check. I ain't got time for that right now. Anyways, I'll read a little bit here from the F1 website. Red Bull were looking set for a big haul of points from the 2022 season opening Bahrain Grand Prix. But then it all started to go wrong 3 laps from the end, as first Max Verstappen, then Sergio Perez retired from the race. Reigning champion Max Verstappen had fought valiantly with eventual winner Charles Leclerc throughout much of the race, but seemed to be settling for second when he started to complain of both steering and power unit issues on his Red Bull RB18. This guy pushes his car hard. There is no doubt about it. Max Verstappen pushes his car hard. So, like I was saying, it's no doubt that maybe the engineers at Red Bull weren't prepared for Max to have to push his car as hard as he did. Say that 10 times fast. But nonetheless, passed by third place Carlos Sainz, Ferrari, on lap 54-57, who had nearly overtaken the ailing Verstappen on a safety car was restart 3 laps earlier. Verstappen's problems then proved terminal as the Dutchman retired from the race. Teammate Sergio Perez then compounded Red Bull's woes by losing his own P3 on the final lap. The Mexican spinning into retirement at turn 1, capping a miserable day for the reigning drivers' championship winning team. And I mean, that's it, right? Like I said, not to take anything away from Charles Leclerc. He had a great race, great qualifying. That Ferrari red with the matte, the dark red with the matte, it looks so good on the cars this year. So good. But there you have it. Tough start for the reigning champion and the Red Bull squad for the 2022 F1 season. We'll have to see how they make out for the next race. And a little bit of sad news here. We've got 1 dead, at least 24 shot, including children at an Arkansas car show. Wild scene here.
1 person and injuring at least 20 others. This morning, police trying to piece together what happened. Elwin Lopez has more.
So, as you can see, this is a video of some footage, people scrambling, gunshots being fired. At least 24 people were shot, including children, at a car show in rural Arkansas on Saturday night. At least 1 person has died, according to the police. The shooting took place in Dumas, about 90 miles southeast of Little Rock, Arkansas. I believe that is the capital. The shooting took, about 7:30 p.m. local time is when it happened. You can see here showing some wounded individuals. Police showed up. Keith Finch, Dumas chief of police, told ABC News that children were among those injured in the shooting, but did not have a specific number. Organizers for the event told ABC News that 6 children were injured but are doing okay. Yo, this is like some crazy stuff, man. There are issues going on all around the world, which some more we'll get to, but just the fact that somebody is brazen enough, and I guess I shouldn't be surprised because this kind of stuff happens, I don't want to say every day, but very often in the US. Somebody just brazen enough to pull out a weapon and start firing in a large crowd. there must have been quite a serious vendetta towards somebody to put all those other people in danger. Zero regard for human life, obviously. So, thoughts are with the family of the person who got shot, was murdered. And, let's hope the rest of the individuals make a speedy recovery. Okay, on to Russia's invasion of Ukraine. It looks like the people with money in Russia are fed up. That's right. According to Newsweek, which got this information from Ukrainian intelligence. Now, that's one thing you got to really think about and be careful with. I don't want to say take with a grain of salt, but just be aware that situations like these, there's a lot of propaganda going back and forth from over here, from over there, from up there, down there. It's all, coming in, trying to influence everybody else, mostly people who are in the situation, Ukraine, Russia, but also people on the outside looking in. You want everybody to be on your side, right? So this is a report coming from Ukrainian intelligence stating that Russian elites are allegedly planning to remove President Vladimir Putin, and they already have a successor in mind. The incendiary claim came from the chief of directorate of intelligence for the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine on Sunday via a post on the ministry's official Facebook page. The post boldly begins with poisoning, sudden disease, accident. Russian elite considers the possibility of removing Putin. Now that's the crazy thing. I feel like, just in my eyes from reading this, they are going to go any route they possibly can. By any means possible, they are going to do it. So whether it means just physically removing him or there being some sort of accident, sudden disease, but these are options that are on the table. And, for a guy like this, a situation like this, it must be pretty extreme. As we know, there's a lot of sanctions being put on Russia economically. A lot of companies from the West and around the world not doing business in Russia because of this invasion in Ukraine. So it's not too much of a surprise to see that the people with cash are a little fed up with the situation. Here's a quote we'll read here. I'll read. In the environment of the Russian business and political elite, a group of influential persons opposing Putin is formed, the Post reads. Their goal is to remove Putin from power as soon as possible and restore economic ties to the West, destroyed due to the war in Ukraine. There we got a picture of Putin right there. The alleged group is not only planning to potentially assassinate Putin, the Post claims it has also decided on a potential successor, Alexander Bortnikov. Now, you got to imagine this Bortnikov's character, life is probably in danger now after this report coming out. So that's another thing. Putin hears somebody is in the running for his job. Woo! You got to know that man's better be heavily protected right now. Bortnikov, who currently serves as Russia's Federal Security Service Director and headed up the analysis of the Ukraine population and military capabilities ahead of the recent invasion. The chief directorate claims that Putin and Bortnikov have recently had a falling out, with the Russian president blaming his subordinate for the country's difficulties in taking over Ukraine. Bortnikov is now reportedly working with a group of Russian elites in devising potential ways to remove Putin. Crazy stuff, yo. And I mean, I don't think we could be really surprised by that. Just based on how much opposition to this occupation of Ukraine there has been. So it'll be interesting to see what happens beyond that. All right. And to finish it off, a nice little interesting AF, as one might say, story. This is off of Reddit. The glory hole of Lake Berryessa is a drainage pipe to prevent flooding. Now, I'm going to do a little quick research here. See where this place is. Okay, so it is located in California. And this is where the lake is. I'd probably say northern. Yes, Northern California is where it's located. And, you know, it's right along the strip of highway. So if we scroll down, we don't know. I haven't seen where it drains to, but I guess they're common around dams, just to, like it says, to make sure there's no flooding. That's a huge pipe. Like, that is massive. I wonder how much water is sucked up by that. But yeah, that's crazy. That's large. That'd be quite the sight to see driving by. All right, there you have it. Sunday, March 20th is your 5-minute fix.